Hey guys, thank you and welcome to another hangout. I have some very interesting information around a launch that is highly anticipated, especially as it rolls around video marketing. Okay, this is going to be huge. I've had a look behind at the product myself, and what can I say? It is absolutely fantastic. Believe you me, I've had a look, and I thought the product itself it's mind blowing. But obviously, I'm your host and presenter, Ali Chowdhry, and without further ado, I have a very special guest with me on this hangout, and I would love to give him a warm welcome, if we would like to, the gentleman himself.
Hey, how's it going, Ali? Thanks for having me.
So, Lon, it's an absolute pleasure to have you actually on the hangout, especially you've got an upcoming launch. Okay, Screencast Pro. I've seen all the advertisements everywhere. I've seen a lot of the banners. There's a lot of buzz already, and I really appreciate you coming on this hangout and just to let JVs know more about this product, because this is something that they really want to be jumping on, especially how video is really hot right now. So, Lon, before we actually get into the product itself, everybody wants to know, tell us more about yourself, because you have a fascinating background, and I mean, seriously, some of the stuff that you have done, you are a complete veteran, right, online. But I'm going to let you talk about yourself, because everybody wants to know. Tell us about yourself there, Lon.
Well, thanks. Fascinating, huh? Well, I've been doing it a long time, I'll tell you that. I've been a computer engineer for 35 plus years, and I basically spent most of my time as a systems engineer working in various things of networking, and I spent the last 10 years of my professional career during the decade of the 90s as a senior engineer with Microsoft, which was a pretty sweet time to be there if you think about it, and really just watched the internet come about and a lot of new technologies and stuff there. And I basically retired from the corporate world in 1999 at age 41. Two words there: stock options. Thanks, Uncle Bill. And I've always had this love of technology, of course, and I started thinking about and using Microsoft PowerPoint as an example before it shipped to the public. And this idea of using a visual message and delivering sales messages and things like that, my basic task at Microsoft was to remove technical barriers to the sale of Microsoft product. So I worked with the sales teams and did technical briefings and large launch events, things like that. I presented on stage with Steve Ballmer a couple of times, and we used these visual ways to convey our sales messages, primarily PowerPoint and demonstrations and stuff. And once I kind of left the corporate world, like I say, I still love technology, and I jumped on the aspect of, wow, if we could deliver video content on the internet, that'd be awesome. And of course, it took a while to get there. I sat and watched as the year of internet video came and went about 6 times, right, until 2005 when YouTube finally took hold, and the bandwidth, of course, the technology caught up, and man, here we are. We're like doing this live, and it's really pretty sweet technology. So that's kind of where I got into it and things. And like I say, I used to use PowerPoint during my time at Microsoft, and I guess in the mid-90s there was a piece of software that came out called Lotus Screen Cam, and what that allowed you to do was record your computer screen. And I thought, wow, let's think about that a second. If I can record myself giving a PowerPoint presentation and save that as a video file, then I can distribute that video file and not have to give the same presentation over and over again necessarily to those that maybe couldn't attend or something like that. So yeah, that's called screen capture video. And I've been doing it then since like the mid-90s. And of course there's a program called Camtasia Studio that launched in, I think, 2001, something like that, that does the same kind of thing. And since that really fascinated me, I thought, man, this is going to be a technological thing that's going to be handy-dandy. I jumped all over that, and I've literally been using Camtasia since the day it shipped. So you marry those two things together, PowerPoint, which does a good job of creating a visual video message, and Camtasia Studio, which lets me capture that presentation as a video. And I think we got some rock and roll stuff going on. But yeah, so I've been doing it for a long time, and I live in west central Wisconsin, work out of my house. I live on the banks of the beautiful Apple River, and it's just awesome, really.
I mean, for anyone that's watching, I'm pretty sure a lot of people heard your name anyway in the industry. You've been around for a long, long time, but it's fascinating to know that you are working for, you know, a billion-dollar company. I mean, you weren't helping a small company. This is a huge major company. I mean, everyone obviously knows about it now. So you've actually been able to take all of that knowledge, right, for working for such a company, and even helping, you know, what works in terms of how to translate the technical ability, even when it comes to sales. So that now, even with this current product, ScreenPass Pro, you've translated all of the things that people need now when it comes to video, okay? And with Camtasia, if no one's aware of Camtasia, which I'm sure people are, they've probably heard about it, but they're scared to use it because it does, when you first look at it, it does look a bit daunting. However, when you actually understand the power of Camtasia, it can completely change the way you do videos, okay? Right now, videos are huge, okay? So you guys, the way you put this product together, it just, I looked through it and straight away it was so clear, so simple. The layout was beautifully made. It applies to both Microsoft users and Mac. So you've literally gone all out on this. I'll be very honest with you. And when I went through some of the content within the course itself, I thought, you know what, some of this stuff I'm even leaving out. I'm not even doing. So you guys have really over-delivered on this. You really have.
Well, thanks. And you know, you bring up a good point about software in general. It can be daunting. But the thing of it is that you should think in terms of, I'll give you an example. Microsoft Word is a fairly useful product, right? And it has north of 2,000 features in it. 2,000 things you can do, you know, in terms of buttons and doodads and all that good stuff. Typically, I use about 20. So that's the thing is, don't get freaked out about stuff like that. There's very often just certain things that you really need to know to be productive. So I don't know all 2,000 features in Word, nor do I care to, but I can certainly make good use of it by using those features and functions that I've learned to be necessary. And Camtasia is the same way. PowerPoint's the same way. You know, you don't need to know everything. You just need to know the stuff you need to know, and essentially we really try to cover that in our courses too, because that's part of the problem. It's daunting. Unless you have somebody that's already been through it all and knows which of those features are useful and how you need to go ahead and learn to use them. And so our goal is to kind of get people kicked off the ground as quickly as possible. In fact, the product is specifically designed not just to focus on how to use the software, but we include certain projects, you know, that you can actually make a video with that's useful. And we walk through how we use the software to create this final result. So that's, I think, a big differentiation in this product too, and we spend a lot of time on that part of it.
Yeah, I want to make sure that I really do this, well, going through this hangout with you and do justice for this product, because, I mean, you've done countless products around Camtasia, okay? I've had a look. You've done loads of products around Camtasia. You know exactly what you're talking about. Then you introduce Joey Zotto, your partner on this, and obviously he's got skills when it comes to video as well. And the fusion together translates into you are basically providing the customer the understanding of how to use Camtasia, okay? Forget the daunting elements. You guys literally, the way vocally you'll go through it step by step, anyone can understand, okay? Not only do you explain how to use it, but you show them how, if you thought advanced techniques were difficult, the way you guys explain it, it's very simple. And what I loved about it is you need to understand there are people that will, you know, if you ever outsource any projects when it comes to video, these guys will charge you an arm and a leg for for videos. But what you're teaching right there, if you apply it yourself, you could be providing your own video service, and that's not even a that's not even a understatement. You know, I'm being very clear. You could essentially, you know, start offering a service yourself on Fiverr or something like that, because there's a lot of power behind understanding these techniques, and it's a huge open arena that you can start playing around. So you guys, you know, you've done quite a lot. You've given away quite a lot there.
Well, and that's a good point, and it is a very good thing that people can go ahead and create videos for, say, clients. In fact, I've been training people how to use or how to create videos, and I'll just differentiate this for a moment. It's not just about a single tool like Camtasia. We use PowerPoint slides as content, right? We use camera video as content. So the secret sauce there is that the Camtasia aspect of it is our video editor. It lets us put all kinds of stuff together. And so when you start to do things like make your marketing videos or create videos for clients, what you're going to find is that there's no single tool that is used to make those videos, you know, camera videos, or even tools like Video Maker FX or Explaindio, you know, some of the new explainer kinds of videos. I don't care what you use to make the content. What we can do is then bring it into Camtasia and use that as an easy to use editor, because if your folks think that Camtasia was a little daunting, fire up Adobe After Effects or Adobe Premiere for a minute, and you'll just get a little taste of what I'm talking about there. So again, it's not so much about what the specific content and stuff is, and it also is about the process of creating a video. We talk about planning. I'll tell you what, Ali, by the time I'm finished planning a video, I'm about 70% done before I do anything else, before I record any footage, before I capture my screen or do a demo or create PowerPoint slides, because especially with sales and marketing videos or even relationship building videos, it's the message that's important. And you know, we work on dialing that kind of thing in. Once you know what your video is supposed to be about, and more importantly, what you want it to accomplish, okay, then you can really start to craft a video visual message based on that. And that's something that a lot of people make the mistake of. You know, they'll just, especially with Camtasia, how many times have you seen this Camtasia video? Somebody opens up the Google homepage and they sit there waving their mouse around, talking for 5 or 10 minutes on the Google homepage. I mean, that's just boring. So we try to think in terms of, you need to create some visual content that conveys your message, because you know, otherwise you're just not going to keep your viewers' attention. And in today's video world, you know, you are one swift back button click away from losing people. People have this misconception that video is some kind of magic bullet. Well, here's the problem. Video is a double-edged sword. It can make you look really good, or it can make you look really stupid. And so planning is one of those things, for example, that really lets us hook a viewer at the very beginning. That's part of the plan. If you don't get your viewers' attention within the first 4 to 10 seconds, you know, you're done. So that waving your mouse around on the Google homepage is just boring to the point where people are going to leave. You don't want to watch boring videos, neither does anybody else. So, you know, it's all of that aspect as far as making a video goes too.
I mean, literally, you took the words out of my mouth. In terms of, it's not just about how to use Camtasia, but it's how do you implement the strategy. I mean, a lot of people, I tell you, one thing they suffer on is, how do I get started? How do I put down the plan? How do I incorporate what is the objective of me making this video? What am I trying to accomplish? When it comes to video, obviously you're trying to, you know, you generate more leads. You're trying to sell, you know, products. You're trying to do your reviews. You're looking for that conversion. Okay, that's what people are creating videos for. because
Hmm.
they're trying to get that benefit at the end of it. But unless you don't have that strategic plan, which you guys explain in this course of how to do it step by step, then you're just going to be, like you mentioned, just make a video where you're just going around in circles. And you know, I'll be honest, I'll put my hands up. When I first started, and probably now and again, yeah, I'll rush into it and I won't have that plan. And sometimes it does look silly, okay? Uh, so,
Well, it depends on what kind of video you're trying to make, too. You know, for a sales or squeeze page video, I'm going to plan it and make it just as good and polished and professional as possible because it really matters. Okay, in that sense, if I'm trying to, you know, perform a high-end marketing function. But by the same token, a lot of content that we want to get out to people is relationship building content. Okay, people buy from people they know, like, and trust. So we can use video to establish ourselves as an authority in our market and gather that rapport and trust and credibility by just delivering great video content, right? Tutorials or demos or, hey guys, I found this cool website today. Check this out. This is, you know, and it has to do with my market, that kind of a thing. You can do yourself a huge strategic favor, and a lot of people make this mistake. They try to make videos that sell stuff. You know, selling's hard, right? What you want to do is, especially if you're in marketing and trying to establish your market, is to put out great content, get people to know, like, and trust you, and you won't have to sell. You know, people will buy from you because they know, like, and trust you, and they'll buy from you because they value your perspective. I make a very good living doing affiliate review videos, and I promote affiliate products. Well, I got to love the thing, and when I love it and I demonstrate it, you know, using Camtasia to capture it all. There's lots of ninja tricks we can do there, by the way. That's what people appreciate. And as opposed to just buying it off of the sales page video is what? It is the product creator pushing their product. When I review it and tell people that they should get it, what is that? It's me. It's a peer. It's a trusted peer that I built that trust and rapport over time. And you'd be amazed at how many people will just buy stuff when I say, you should have this.
mm,
You know,
mm.
just go and get this. And it just happens. And that is, you know, all about lifetime customer value and building a real business, not just pitching stuff.
Why do you think there is a majority of people that do unfortunately make the mistake of just churning out videos? Or why do you think that they go wrong and they don't have that structure when it comes to making videos?
Well, I think that, you know, again, some of them just kind of get hung up in too much of the I need to sell something aspect. I don't know. I guess it's kind of hard to explain in terms of uh, overall your business. Again, you'll do better in general. Your conversions will be better, and you'll sell more of whatever you're selling if you work to establish a relationship with your prospects and things like that. So, for example, one of the things we do is we'll create a squeeze page, right, with a video, and it will offer a free tip or a free report or a free video series. Hey, here's a tutorial. Here's a 5-part tutorial series on how to use, you know, whatever thing is in your market. In exchange for a name and email address. And that's where that relationship building kind of thing starts to come into play. And we give and give and give. A lot of people get hung up in, well, I'm going to give away too much information, you know, and I want them to buy my product instead. Well, it's almost hard to do that. I'll argue it's almost hard to give away too much. Because the fact of the matter is, if you give away enough to people like you enough, they're going to buy your product probably anyway. I mean, that's been my experience, even though you already kind of taught them all about it and stuff. and it just builds your reputation, builds your brand out there, and that's the way a business grows. So people a lot of times think in terms of like just the immediate. Well, if I sell something, I'll get some money. Well, if you work on building your business, you'll get a lot more money over time.
That's I think an excellent point. It comes down to that people need to try to forget about short-term gains, but think about trying to. I mean, Screencast Pro, even with the training and everything you go through, is how to position yourself to elevate your position to become an authority, how to present yourself to the market, how to actually get the message across in the best way that's going to benefit you in the long term. Would you agree with that? Would you think that's fair to say?
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, if during our launch, we're going to do the typical 3-video launch series. Video 1 is actually up for preview right now, and if you folks go and watch that video, you'll see pretty much exactly what I was just talking about.
Hmm.
I hardly talk about, you know, any specifics of the software and stuff at all. That's in video 2. But what I do is a very solid layout of the strategy and why you want to think about certain things in terms of using video, especially for marketing. So that's again the whole thing. The purpose of a 3-video launch in general is what you do is you educate. Okay, so we're going to educate the heck out of people, and we're going to give them stuff. There's a nice report with video number 1 on killer Camtasia marketing tricks and tips. And what it does is it just lays out several, models and scenarios of how we use screen capture video and things like that. Well, in video number 2, we're actually going to give people a project that they can work on. And we walk exactly through how we go ahead and modify it so that it's custom just for them, that kind of thing. So we kind of eat our own dog food there, as my ex-boss Steve Ballmer used to say, and that's kind of the scoop.
So I don't know if you can see my screen at the moment. This is it nicely displayed. If JV and affiliates do want to head over, I would highly recommend when you head over to screencastpro.co/partners. I'll put the link down below so you can go directly to the JV page. But I mean, it is the page itself is nice and clear. You have all of the links, all of the tools, swipes, everything that you need. Okay, just to complement what Lon was saying, is that this pre-launch sequence is designed to put as much money in your pocket. Okay, so this will not only warm up the customer towards the product, but it's going to over-deliver in a lot of value, as you'll probably see in just a moment. And they're already going to be ready to buy. They're going to have their credit card in hand, saying, you know what, if these guys are giving away so much right now, I can only imagine what's in the inside. So I won't go through it, but you could just see, download a free port. There's tons of activity, even on Facebook. Okay, there's been tremendous feedback from the general public, and you can see everyone's already excited. But the 3-video launch sequence, I think, is fantastic, and it will definitely have an impact as well to get as much money as possible for JVs and affiliates. Just go back here. Let's go back to home. I mean, you guys obviously have done this nice. It's nice and clean. The graphics are, superb, I would say. There's just tons. I mean, we will get to all of the product range in the funnel, but just a reminder for JV and affiliates. Look, this is on the Monday, the 16th of February. Okay, and that is literally in less than 2 weeks. Okay, so I always say to everyone, this is a time now you have to be planning ahead before anyone else. You can take swipes, you can throw them into your autoresponder, make any editing, but start educating your list about the launch now. And I guess it's Screencast Pro is not just about how to use software, but it's how to use video effectively, how to put a strategy together. I mean, honestly, the benefits are huge, and I would personally say this is something that your customers are going to need to have But yeah, I don't want to say too much. We'll go through it anyway. But just bear in mind, it is the 16th of February, the pre-launch sequence. So you want to lock in before anyone else. Would you say that's fair to say, Lon?
Yeah, we're excited. We'll do a pre-launch series starting on the 16th, and the cart will open on the 24th. And God willing, and the creek don't rise, we'll be ready to rock and roll with some really good stuff for folks. And we're super excited about it. Joey Soto is just a dream to work with. I mean, the guy's just brilliant. And I was really excited to be able to hook up with him and kind of get this done. As you can see from the site, he's done most of the site work and things like that. And he's just a pro. What can I tell you?
I mean, what's the story then? I'm guessing anyone wants to know. Then, how did you guys come together then?
Well, obviously, I've been doing Camtasia stuff for over 10 years on the net. So, you know, we kind of hear about each other. And I actually watched Joey kind of burst onto the scene. Just a few years ago, I think like in 2012, he released his first product, and it was actually through, or it was in relation to another good buddy of mine, Alex Jeffries. I've known Alex since before, you know, when we were both just like, well, what's this internet thing, and what should we do? You know, he was one of the original folks that was in a group that I was in. And so Alex certainly has been very successful, and Joey hooked up with Alex and did like a documentary style film thing for a promotion that Alex was doing. And Alex was just like, dude, you are just the bomb. And the work that he did was just truly exquisite. And really nobody in internet marketing was doing that kind of video. And Joey just blew everybody away. So I watch this and I go, you know, all of a sudden I keep seeing his name floating around. And I go, well, who is this punk kid? You know, what's up? What's his story? So I went and checked it out, and yeah, I was equally blown away. So we've been kind of following each other for a while, and we really just, he hit me up on Skype once and said, hey, I'm thinking of doing a Camtasia product, and he knew that I had a few other products related to that. So I wanted to know, you know, how I felt about that. Being the nice guy that he is, you know, he said, hey, if you don't want me to do this, I won't. And I said, well, you know what? I'll tell you, I've been wanting to take it in another direction and focus on marketing. You know, up until now, I've really just taught software and some other things, and this really kind of lets me do the things that I've always done myself, market with video. And to partner with Joey was just a great opportunity. So we decided to hook up and combine our strengths, so to speak. And I'll tell you what, Joey's been pulling some pretty serious Camtasia chops out. He's really impressed me with some of the product. Like I say, we do more than just teach the software. We have project files. You download a Camtasia project, open it up, and we'll show you how to modify it. And a lot of that, some of those are animations and things like that. You can actually do quite a few animations with Camtasia. But it, you know, you got to know kind of how to do it. And Joey just grabbed the bull by the horns there, and he's whipped out some just amazing things that are basically pre-done, and you can just change some text and stuff like that, you know. And
I mean, one example of many that you guys have been able to do is just like you mentioned that Joey's hooked up just the sample of even the Screencast Pro introduction of the logo. So what he actually done is just one part of what's inside the course is he actually shows how he was able to do that. And essentially, not only does he break down exactly how the animation has happened, it will educate you of how you can do it. So if you've got no technical ability and you absolutely have no idea about any of this stuff, right, you will know exactly how to do it by the end of the day, right? But not only that, he's actually giving you that project file specifically as a gift, more or less. And there's tons. I mean, there are literally tons of project files in there. Not only can you add the project files, you can. It shows you how to, audio as well, how to put the music on there. You can have your, like you mentioned, video. So there's a overwhelming of amount of value in that. So I had a look and I thought absolutely brilliant. What else could I say?
Well, I'll go one better than that. So Joey goes in and he shows exactly how he starts from nothing and creates this awesome animation thing, right? So there's that. And then he bundles it up and gives it to folks so that they have it. Then I come in and I show how I took Joey's project and modified it, just the way someone who takes Joey's project could modify theirs. So it's how to create it, and there's a lot of learning in there, that you just kind of get. You could not even download the project and make your own, but if you just even watch how he walks through it, you'll learn pretty much everything need to know as far as making your own animations and stuff. So it's kind of like teaching a guy to fish and giving him a fish. And
Yeah.
then I'm going to show you how to gut it and eat it.
No, but there
That's
is a
good.
nice.
We're recording this, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to reuse that. That is awesome right there.
There's definitely a nice synergy between the both of you as you go through the videos, but you obviously both complement one another. And I mean, for JV and affiliates, that I'm pretty sure this is something that you would want as well, to be implementing. I'm definitely going to be implementing some of the stuff because I thought it was very, very good stuff, and a lot of people won't be teaching this stuff because you could probably demand a high price for it to do it yourself as a contractor or freelancer. So kudos that you guys have actually created something that's really nice. But in terms of JV and affiliates, I think what they want to know now is how much money is involved. So I think we should talk about the funnel. So Don, tell me about the funnel then. What are we looking at for the front end product?
Well, the front end will have certainly a launch special during the launch period. And I think what we're looking at is a nicely priced JV Zoo-like structure. I think it's going to be 27 bucks for
Correct.
the front end, which is all of the training, all of the software training, plus a bunch of these, we call them project walkthroughs, where we'll walk you through how to do a specific project, and then templates. Camtasia has a thing called the library, where you can put stuff and then just drop it into your project. Well, the library comes with some stuff from TechSmith, who make Camtasia, but we've created our own assets, lots of graphics, things like lower thirds and YouTube end cards, and things that we use. So these are the things that we've customized and used and have in our libraries, and so that's also going to be a selection of those kinds of things is also going to be in the front end. And then the OTO will be basically an expanded library of those assets, more projects, more more tutorials, more graphics, more, and we're getting some good royalty-free music and all the things you would expect that you would want to have as far as stuff to build video projects with. That's the OTO. Then I think there's a downsell off of that. So if you don't want the training, let's say you already Camtasia and you're pretty good at it, but you want to get your hands on these assets that we've built and these projects that we've built, we're going to let folks go ahead and do that. And then I think the other really exciting piece is an ongoing monthly membership for coaching, more resources every month, webinars, all the good stuff, all the good training and community stuff. It's called the Dojo. So VIDDOJO. So we're gonna go ninja on everybody in that thing, and so that'll be a monthly membership. I'm not quite sure if Joey set the price on that necessarily, but
It's for
For
27
for
bucks.
the launch, we'll have like a $1 trial period,
Okay.
of course, to hopefully get some conversions and things like that.
So just to recap, we have the front end for $27. Affiliates and JV partners will begin 50% commissions on that. And for the upsell number one, that's a $47 price point there. Again, that's 50% commissions for JV and affiliates. That is linked into a downsell for $17, but that will just give you basically the template. However, definitely let your list know that this is something you want. With the downsell, obviously, you want to make sure affiliates get as much money and JV partners get as much money as possible. So everything's hooked up there. And then the last upsell is for $27 per month, and you'll get 50% commissions on that as well. There is a downsell as a $1 trial. So after they have their trial, which they're gonna love it. I've had a little look around. There is literally tons. Okay, and just coming back onto the upsells and even the template having that library, people. Really got to think of it like this. Imagine having your whole library of these custom, up-to-date templates, okay? And with the upsell number, the second upsell, they always get updated every single month. So if you have your own business, as you obviously do, if you're an online marketer, or you supply offline videos for offline businesses, maybe you don't, this is a way you could start. Imagine just dragging a template, make small modifications, and boom, done. So there's a whole host of things you can actually do with this, and the possibilities of actually you could actually make a business just from this. Like, go hook up Fiverr, start sending out templates for $5, and have your upsells. There's so much you could do, but that's something we can cover later. But honestly, hopefully people can actually see that. Now, Lon, in terms of a competition, do we have any competition? Any money being given away?
Yes, we have a affiliate JV contest, and we'll look to the partner page to make sure that everything is current and up to date. But I know for a fact that one thing that's kind of interesting is that there aren't going to be any minimums on
Yes.
it. So a lot of times people will offer a trip around the world. If you sell 2,000 copies
Yeah.
and minimum 2,000 copies. Well, I think this contest isn't going to have any minimum, so we're going to roll this thing out, and whoever ends up on on the leaderboards and stuff, they're just gonna get the cash basically.
So first place we have at $1,500. Okay, so JV and affiliates, you're playing for $1,500 is up for grabs. Second prize is $750 cash. Again, no minimums. And third prize is $500 cash, and again, no minimums. Fourth, we have fourth place at $350 cash. Fifth place, $250. Sixth place, $150. Seventh, $100 cash, and eighth place is $50 cash. So a lot of money involved here, guys. A lot of money up for grabs. So again, what Lon was saying, are reinforced. There are no minimums. You don't have to travel like Phileas Fogg around the world for this. The money is there for you, right?
Right.
Now, reciprocation. Do you guys actually help back? Do you reciprocate?
Oh yeah. Well, Joey and I are a couple of the top promoters on JVZoo and for other affiliate programs. I've been on leaderboards since, I don't know, 2010, and and some pretty big launches. In fact, I use video during my launches, and I've competed with the really big dogs. For example, during the Evergreen Business System, or for Video Genesis. A lot of your folks might have heard of Andy Jenkins and Mike Filsaime,
Yep.
and they did a huge launch of a product called Video Genesis. Well, I promoted that, and I was hip deep in the process, the pre-launch process, and I put out videos. I watched their launch videos, and I said, oh wow, did you see what Mike and Andy did in this video? I'm going to rip them off. And I actually created tutorials that showed people how to do what they did in their launch videos. And I just kept sending these things out all during the launch period. Well, as it turns out, I ended up on the leaderboard, the final leaderboard of that launch, which was arguably, in terms of traffic, not necessarily dollars earned, but in terms of traffic, was like the biggest launch ever. And I beat out some pretty heavy-duty names to do that. But again, what I did was I established that relationship, and I said, here's how you do stuff. And by the way, if you liked all the stuff I did during this launch, here's my bonus. I'm going to give you more of that help. And I offered like a year of coaching, of a coaching group, and we just keep dissecting stuff and new ideas and new tips and tricks, because I come up with stuff like every day. I'm looking at my browser tabs right now. It's not uncommon for me to have 5 or 6 open. And I got a couple little dandies right here, and the folks that follow me know that I'm going to turn them on to it, and we're going to come up with all kinds of new cool stuff to do and useful things, and not just about Camtasia or PowerPoint or anything like that, but what's the marketing aspect? How do you get traffic and views and all of that good stuff? What's the psychology of engagement and things like that? I mean, that's where the rubber meets the road. That's the secret sauce.
Yeah, that is a secret sauce. I mean, I'm pretty sure everyone knows who Mike Phil Same is, and especially that launch video Genesis, it done quite a lot. So if you were obviously you being on the leaderboard, that means that you're what we could say a heavyweight. So I guess a lot of that stuff that you mentioned, even the strategies and things, has actually been poured into Screencast Pro. So it'll be pretty interesting. I'm sure a lot of JV and affiliates will probably be purchasing a copy for themselves. You would want to, honestly, guys. You want to get a copy.
Yeah. Well, and as far as the Video Genesis launch, I'll just make one differentiation there. I made it on the leaderboard with the list I promoted to of less than 5,000. The guys I was competing with, Eben Pagan and guys like that, they have lists in the 100,000 plus. So there's something that I did, which was use video and that relationship building, that let me compete on that level with a list that I had. So there you go.
That's amazing. I mean, it's differentiating yourself from everyone else and having your own kind of character or personality, but obviously it's allowed you to kind of build enough trust where these guys were obviously thinking, damn, if this guy's giving away so much now, then I can only imagine what else he's going to be giving away. So
I think that's the technical term. Damn.
Damn. This will be recorded. But all right. So just to reiterate then, pre-launch sequence is the 16th of February, which is a Monday, less than 14 days away, less than 2 weeks away. So this is something that JV and affiliates, you want to go and head over to screencastpro.co/partners. I will put the JV link down below so you can go there directly. Make sure you sign up, grab your links, and this is the time now to start sending out the email to your list, letting them know about this. I mean, there are even the pre-launch videos. So this is the time now. You want to make sure your links are getting out now. Okay, you start getting cookied in now, because once this goes, it's going to be a very big launch indeed. Especially you and Joey behind this. I mean, you guys haven't left anything out. Even looking at the JV page, and I'm sure that the sales page itself is just going to reflect high quality. So I'm sure you guys are really going to be pulling in high conversions and a lot of sales. But the main cart, okay, when the cart does go live, it's going to be Tuesday the 24th of February, and that's at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. However, please do get locked and loaded with the pre-launch sequence. Again, the pre-launch sequence is designed to get you, JV, and affiliates the best conversions and the most money possible. Okay, that's what it's designed for. I'm sure you guys want more money, so this is what it's designed for. But in terms of Alon, also, if JV or affiliates have any kind of pressing questions and they want to contact you, is there any way they can contact you?
Yeah, on the partner page, there's contact information for both Joey and myself, and we are very excited to work with folks, especially JV partners, and affiliates that really want to promote and stuff. And we got some nice little things that we can do for them. So anything we can do to help our JVs, is certainly something that we're interested in doing. We put together a custom little page with some bonuses on it for, if you can qualify as a JV, and we don't have a super high bar there, but we'll create a page for you that is a bonus page that's customized with your name and stuff like that, just as an example. But there's stuff that we can do, and we love to chat with people and things like that. So all our contact information and stuff is on the partner page.
And what I'll do as well, you have sent me the example URL of what the bonus page will look like. I will put that again down below the video, so JV affiliates can go over there and have a look. But in terms of contacting either Lon or Joey, please, on the JV page will be their contact details. They'll be available 24/7. But no, they'll be available. Just send them a message. But yeah, just let them know if there's anything pressing. Obviously, it's all about working together with JV and affiliates. We want this to be a success, but at the same time, they want to offer your subscribers and your customers value and put a lot of money in your pocket. So I think a lot of people are already behind this, and it's going to be huge. It is going to be huge. So, I mean, Lon, we've gone quite well. We've gone through quite a lot. Do you think we've left anything out?
Gosh, I think we pretty much got it covered, and I would suggest that just get in touch. Sign up on the JV page, and certainly we'll be putting information out and stuff like that. So nothing else, you can follow it and kind of see what's going on, but you'll be up to date then, and we won't hunt you down or anything if you sign up as a JV and don't promote or anything.
Oh yes, I'll reiterate that. This is an important point that I always say. Now, when you do go head over to the JV page, sometimes, yes, you do have some JV affiliates that will kind of go directly to JV Zoo, but I would highly recommend that you do sign up to get JV updates. That's in terms of finding out exactly what the developments are with the launch, finding out recent information that you would need to know as a JV affiliate partner, and more importantly, about the competition. Okay, staying in the loop. I'm sure these guys aren't going to be just bombarding you with WSO offers or $7 promotions. This is strictly for JV partner updates and information you're going to know about who wins the big money, right? So make sure you go ahead and sign up. That's very, very important.
Yeah, this is a special list. This is a JV list, and no, we don't send promotions and all kinds of crap to JV lists. But I think, and I'm not sure if Joey has it set up this way, but I think in general, to qualify for prizes, a lot of times you need to be on that list. So that's another consideration.
Okay. So I guess we'll just quickly have a recap. We've got the pre-launch sequence happening on Monday the 16th of February. That's a 3-part video series, I believe, and that will basically obviously optimize your conversion rate, but the cart does open on Tuesday the 24th of February at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. Bearing in mind that the funnel, 50% across the entire funnel, front end is $27. Upsell number 1 is $47, and upsell number 2 is $27 recurring, and they do include a downsell on the aspects of the upsells. Again, this is just to make sure that you guys get as much money as possible. There's also a competition, so $1,500 or $1,500 up for grabs. First place prize, second place $750, and third place $500, and it goes all the way up to 8th place. So there is a lot of money to play for. And key thing, no minimums. You don't have to go around the world, like Lon was saying. So no minimums. And reciprocation, yes, these guys will support you on your launch. They can bring the heat. They've been on many leaderboards. You'll check this out all on the JV page. And these guys are available. Get in touch with them. The details will be on the JV page, so you can contact them if you've got anything pressing. And again, within certain criteria, if you need a bonus page or something along the effect, then get in touch, and hopefully they can have a chat with you and see if they can actually help out, because it's all about helping one another to make some money, more or less. It's helping one another. So I guess, Lon, have you? I think it's been an absolute pleasure to have you on. Obviously, you're a veteran when it comes to computers. I know when we were starting, we were just trying to fix the webcam, and I forgot. I was like, I was like, Lon, have you checked so and so? And I'm like, I forgot. This guy obviously he knows more probably I do about computers. Is there anything you want?
Right, right. No, I think that'll do it. Thanks really for having me on. It's been a pleasure hooking up with you and all your folks. And gosh, I think you're right. It's about relationships and stuff like that. We're really excited about meeting. I've met a bunch of new people, a bunch of new JV partners, and folks just kind of reaching out. So there's a lot of intangible benefits to be had as far as that goes, and man, I just like it. That's how things get better. That's how things start to happen. And I sure appreciate the opportunity, and thanks to you for putting it all together.
No, well, the pleasure's been all mine. Obviously, you've been around for a long time, so I'm sure there's a lot of wisdom and wealth of experience that everyone can learn from you, especially when it comes to video. There's a lot of money to be made with video. But JV and affiliate partners, look, it's been an absolute pleasure to have you guys on. This launch is happening, okay? And these guys want you to be a part of it, okay? They want to put a stack of money in your pocket, and they want to make your subscribers and customers very happy. So make sure I put the JV link down below. You can go directly to the JV page, and then make sure you sign up, so on and so forth. Any kind of questions, let these guys know. But apart from that, it's been an absolute pleasure again to have you guys on this hangout. And JVs and affiliates, make sure you go right now with the link below and sign up to what is going to be a huge launch. But apart from that, Ron, it's an absolute pleasure to have you on. Absolute pleasure.
Thanks a lot, buddy. We'll catch you all later then. Yeah.
All right, take
Sweet.
care.
Bye bye.